Alright, hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Casey and today I'm doing a fun reading for you guys today. I know it's October when I'm posting this, so I wanted to do something Halloween themed and we're looking at who is haunted by you. So what I mean by that is basically who can't get you off their mind, who is hung up on you, who's thinking about you all the time, who's dreaming about you, who's daydreaming about you. So that's what we're looking at. Kind of a fun reading today. Hopefully it stays lighthearted, doesn't get too serious, because I feel like recently a lot of my videos have been pretty serious. But anyways, today I have 3 different readings for you to choose from today. We have pile 1 with the Earthworm card as well as the Rose Quartz. We have pile 2 with the Cobra card as well as the Angelite. And pile 3 with the Crow card and the Black Tourmaline. So go ahead and pause, figure out which reading you feel most drawn to. I'll leave timestamps down in the description box below so you can quickly jump to whichever reading that you want to listen to. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, pile 1. If you chose the Rose Quartz, and I believe it was the Earthworm card, then this is going to be the reading for you. Now, I want to start by saying that don't come into this with any expectation of who this person might be, because you could have multiple people that are haunted by you, and maybe it's one that you're not expecting to come through, or maybe it's somebody that you don't even think is thinking about you. So keep an open mind, but if this does sound like it's not resonating, or you really don't know who this person is, it could be that a different pile is meant for you. So if this one doesn't sound like you, go ahead and check out a different one. But go ahead and let's get into this. So starting off with who is this person? You know, what are their attributes? What's their personality like? What are their looks possibly like? You have the Spider card and the Strength card. I think that this person is possibly smaller in stature. Now they could be male or female, but just smaller than the average of their gender. So for example, maybe if it's a man, maybe he's a little bit on the shorter side, maybe he's on the skinnier side. Same thing with if it's a woman, or they, them, whatever. They might seem a little smaller. And if it's not physically smaller, I feel like they are definitely a quieter person. At least until you get to know them. Definitely in larger social situations, they might be a little bit more withdrawn. I think this person is much more comfortable in their own home, in spaces that they're used to. When I look at the Spider card, a spider is very much at home when it's in the web that it's built for itself, when it's in the surroundings that it knows and understands. They also put a lot of dedication into their home, so I feel like this person might have a very tight, close-knit group of friends or family, maybe not like a giant social circle, but the people that they're close to, they're really close to, they care a lot about, they take good care of. And with the Strength card, even though I get a sense that this person might be on the smaller side, I think that they have a very strong willpower. I think that this person is definitely always trying to mature and grow. I think when you first met this person, they might not have been as mature as they are now, but it was more of a lack of awareness that made them less mature. I think this person deep down is truly caring. They're a very selfless person. They like to put people first, who they care about a lot, over themselves. So I feel like when this person met you, they cared a lot about you, but they also might not have been the most mature, like I said. But as time went on, I think if you look at them now, you can tell that they really did grow and change for the better. So keep in mind, if that sounds like your person or sounds like a person you know, that's who we're talking about. If it doesn't sound like anybody you know, feel free to try out a different pile if you felt drawn to a different one. But now we're going to go into why are they haunted by you, and then we're going to be looking at how are they feeling about you right now. So starting off on the left with why is this person haunted by you? Why are they still hung up on you? Why are they thinking about you all the time? I want to say it doesn't seem like you had a falling out with this person. If anything, like if there was any sort of negative interaction, it might just have been that maybe you didn't reciprocate feelings with them if this was a romantic connection. Maybe this is something that tends to happen a lot, but if you're a girl and you had a guy best friend, you know how it is where, the guy always ends up developing feelings, but you kind of just wanted to be friends with them, but that doesn't mean that it had to end in ill will. It's like maybe they're just still holding on to feelings. Now, it doesn't have to be that exact scenario for you. Feel free to apply whatever is applicable to you. But it definitely feels like this person still has a lot of love and gratitude towards you. When I see the gratitude card and the Hanged Man reversed, it makes me think that when you first met this person, or when you guys were like very close to each other, because I feel like you might have grown apart slightly. You're not as close as you used to be, or you could be. You could definitely be, but it seems like you helped them out of a really rough spot. I think that you helped them level up their life in a way that they're gonna forever be grateful to you for, more than you realize. Like, for instance, maybe it could have been a financial situation that you helped them out in, or maybe it was an emotional thing, like maybe they had just gone through a breakup and you brightened up their life, you helped them be positive again, you helped them start enjoying life again. Whether you realize it or not, I think you are really a powerful force of good in this person's life, and they're forever going to be grateful to you for helping them out when they needed it, just by being you. You might have directly helped them through a situation, but if it wasn't like directly helping something, it could have just been your presence alone, your friendship, or the relationship that you guys had truly brought the best out of them. You helped them through things that they didn't know that they could heal from. And I think you were just a positive healing force in their life, whether you were doing it intentionally or not. And so that's a big reason why I think this person is forever going to be hung up on you, is because there's nobody like you in their life, and will likely never be another person who is like you. I mean, it's impossible to be exactly like somebody, but I think you left a profound impact on their life, and especially in an emotional sense, I don't think that they've ever had somebody like you who they could talk to about things, or who could listen to them with like an open mind, open heart. You very much left a profound impact on their life that they feel like they're never going to get anywhere else. But I also get a sense that this person isn't pushy. I think if this was a scenario where it was like unrequited, is that how you pronounce it? Feelings on your part, like maybe you didn't have romantic feelings for them, but they had romantic feelings for you. I get a sense that this person's not vengeful. I think that they're always gonna wish that it was more, but they've reached an acceptance and they're happy just to have you in their life. But a part of them, a small part of them is always gonna hold out hope that it could be more, because I think that they do still have love for you. Romantic love, it just seems like a very pure love. It doesn't seem like a attraction, like I want that person. I mean, I definitely get a sense that they're attracted to you, but more in the sense that they're attracted to your personality. They're attracted to who you are as a person, and I definitely get a sense that this is somebody that you're friends with right now. The reason that they're hung up on you is because they're always going to wish that it could be more between the two of you. All right, so now moving on to how do they feel about you right now. You have the happiness card and the Six of Swords. And to me, this is very positive. It's a very mature card because they're trying to learn how to move on from you. They're still hung up on you right now, so they haven't fully moved on. So, if you change your mind, if you really want to be with this person, the boat hasn't left the harbor yet. Like, you could still hop on. The train hasn't left the station. But at the same time, like, if you truly just wanted to be friends with this person, I think it'll be good for you to hear that they're so happy and content with the relationship right now that they wouldn't change a thing. They don't want to mess up a good thing, and they're doing the mature thing and learning how to move on and how to accept that, maybe it won't develop into more. Maybe it won't develop into a romantic relationship, and they're fine with that. They're very happy with just the fact that they have you in their life. That's how much gratitude and love that they have for you, that they're not vengeful or upset that things didn't turn out their way. It's more of like a bittersweet, but they're okay. They'll move on. They understand. I definitely get a very mature sense from this person. And I'm almost getting the vibe that, what I picked on earlier of how they might not have been as mature when you first met. If you rejected them, I get a sense that maybe they did lash out. Maybe you guys had a bit of a weird stage or a falling out, but that was back when they were less emotionally evolved, and now you can see their maturity in the fact that they're willing to accept things the way that they are, even if they didn't get what they want. It's like they're okay with it because of how much they love you and how much they just want to keep you in their life as a friend, and how they're always going to be grateful to you, no matter how things pan out. So, Pile 1, I think that was such a positive reading. I hope that this, gave you some peace of mind if, you know who this is and you're like, God, I hope they're not still hung up on me. They are, but not in a bad way, They care a lot about you. I think a part of them will always hold out hope, but they're doing the mature thing of learning to move on. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and usually I don't plug anything at the end of readings, but if you're interested in seeing exactly when these posts come up, feel free to subscribe. I also started a TikTok and an Instagram. You can find the links to those on my website, which is in the description below. So feel free to follow me on there if you want more readings and also updates about when these YouTube videos go out, because I usually do a preview about them just so you know like what's going to be up on the YouTube page in case you're interested. So feel free to check those out and stick around if you enjoy what I do. But Pile 1, that is everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Alright, Pile 2. If you chose the Angelite, then this is going to be the reading for you. Now, I think that your person is giving off very spiteful energy, but also, like, I feel like their ego hasn't been checked. I think that this is a person with a really big ego, and they're not used to not getting what they want, if that makes sense. I'll get a little bit more in detail here, but I just wanted to start off with that because you can see just how much yellow is in this card. Like, actually, I just realized I wasn't even looking at these ones, but it has yellow in literally every single card. And the color yellow corresponds with the solar plexus chakra, which is all about self-empowerment. And if I'm seeing this much self-empowerment, to me, it's giving very big ego. Somebody that always gets what they want, they pursue it really hard, and if they don't, it like makes their whole world like fall around apart them. Like they don't even know what's going on because they're not used to not getting what they want. But let's start off with who is this person. So keep in mind, if this doesn't resonate, try to keep an open mind because maybe it's a person coming through that you wouldn't expect. Maybe you don't realize there's more than one person who is haunted by you, and this is somebody coming through that maybe you wouldn't have expected. But if it truly doesn't sound like anybody that you know, feel free to check out other piles because it could be that you just chose the wrong one. So, starting off here with the Bee and the Determination card. To me, this person seems like they have a very big social circle. In my mind, I'm getting like social butterfly coming to my mind, but almost like they're the most popular one. Like, I don't know your age, but they definitely seem like the kind of person that would be the prom king or prom queen. Literally Queen Bee. Like, definitely a person who exudes a lot of confidence. Somebody who, for lack of a better term, could be like a player. Somebody that gets whoever they want, gets whatever they want. Somebody who's very influential. Somebody who could have a lot of money. It just seems like this person has almost everything that they want, but they didn't get you. And that's why they're so hung up on you. Like, you're gonna see that common thread throughout all the cards here is like, the reason that they're so upset is because they're not used to having anybody above them. They are used to being the queen bee or the king bee. But you, by rejecting them or by not giving them what they want, challenge them in a way that makes them so furious. Like, I get this like tight ball of energy around my solar plexus and my heart. And the two of those have to do with lack of confidence with the self-empowerment, the solar plexus chakra, and the heart chakra is just like sadness because deep down, even though this person seems like they're so confident, they have a big level of insecurity and they try to put up this facade and act like they're all that, but it's not just an anger at like, oh, I didn't get what I want. It's like what's wrong with me? Everybody's supposed to love me. Everybody's supposed to like me. If this person doesn't like me, that means that there's something wrong with me. It might seem like they have all this self-empowerment, all this confidence, but it's actually so fragile that you broke it in a way, and they can't understand why they're so hurt, why they're so hung up on you. And it might manifest in like anger. Maybe they bully you, or maybe they talk bad about you, maybe they talk trash about you. Maybe they get their friends to like gang up on you. In reality, they have such a hard time dealing with these negative emotions, dealing with this insecurity and this hurt little version of themselves inside themselves, that they don't even know where to start with these emotions. Like I get this actual physical feeling of turmoil within my chest and my solar plexus that I feel like they feel all the time, and that's why you haunt them. That's why you're always on their mind. That's why they dream of you, is because deep down there's these unresolved insecurities that are torturing them. And I don't think that this person is the kind of person to do introspection. I feel like they cover up a lot of these feelings with, maybe drinking or partying or getting under other people, or hanging out with other people, anything to distract themselves from looking within, because I think that this person has a lot of deep trauma and deep insecurity that they've never been able to fully examine, and the best way that they can deal with it is distraction, or hating, or putting all these feelings on another person, like you, for instance, bullying you or talking bad about you, anything to divert attention away from them. So this person, I think, could definitely be conventionally attractive. I definitely think that they have a lot of people that admire them, even if they're like fake friends, like people that want to be seen with them because they're so good looking or they're so rich. They definitely seem like they've got a big social circle, but what it comes down to with that big social circle is I bet a lot of those people are also fake. They're also insecure, and they just band together because it makes them feel strong. And I'm sure that you clock all that, because I get a very you see right through people kind of energy from your energy. Like, you understand this person, you can just tell. You don't go for fake people, and that's why you turned this person down, or that's why you rejected them, or that's why they couldn't get at you, and that's why it hurts this person so bad. So now we're going to be looking at why exactly they're so hung up on you and how they're feeling about you right now, and it's going to be a lot of the same things that I said, because it's all revolving around this one rejection, or these strong feelings that this person is feeling. I don't think it's very complex in the way that it's like a lot of different things happened that made them hung up on you. I literally feel like it was just like a rejection, or you ghosted them, or you made the move not to talk to them, and they're so not used to that that's why they're so hung up on you. And I don't think that they've ever been hung up on somebody as strongly as they are on you, and it makes them spiteful, it makes them resentful. I feel like in their head they literally say that they hate you, but it really just comes back to they hate the way that they feel because of you. They hate the fact that their insecurities can't be distracted from, if that makes sense. So with the fed up card and the strength card, they're fed up with thinking about you. They're fed up with the fact that you are this strength card. You are this person that has true confidence, that has true strength, I almost said without needing to be conventionally attractive. You could certainly be conventionally attractive, but it's almost like they think of themselves on such a high level. They think that they should be above you. They think that they should be better looking, they should be wealthier, they should be more liked. So why is it that you have this true sense of confidence, that you have this true strength that they are trying to portray? Why can't they have it? And it's because you're true to yourself. You're very emotionally intelligent. You know what you want. And you rejected this person, and that basically showed that a person with true confidence doesn't truly want them. So therefore, they are not as perfect as they think they are. And they're so angry, they're so pissed off, they're so fed up, as this card says, because you are above them. Whether they try to pretend like they're better, they try to pretend like they're more attractive, you are still above them no matter what, because you don't give them the time of day. You don't stoop to their level. And so therefore, they could never get on your level. They're so pissed off at the fact that you are above them, you are better than them, you are more confident, you have everything, when they believe that they should have everything. Like, they can't wrap their mind around it. They're so pissed off by it, because when you look at the strength card, it's this woman who has true strength, not by prying the lion's mouth closed. It's like the lion could overpower the woman at any moment, but it chooses not to because it recognizes the true strength that the woman has. And not only does she have true strength, but she's not looking at the viewer. She's looking at the lion. She's not even giving the viewer the time of day. And they are the viewer just watching you exist, exuding all this confidence and this perfection. And they're like, why didn't they want me? I thought that I was supposed to be the true confidence. I was supposed to be the best person. And it's truly crumbling their ego. It's giving them this migraine, basically, and they can't get over it. Like, they're so perplexed, basically. And so the final group of cards that we have here for how are they feeling about you right now, it all ties back to what I said, because you have the sorrow card, which you know what sorrow is, clarified by the magician reversed. And if you don't know tarot, the magician is all about, when it's upright, it's about being able to make anything happen that you set your mind to, being able to accomplish whatever it is that you want, being the perfect divine masculine that is able to manifest whatever it is that they desire, whatever they put in work towards. But with it reversed, they can't. Something is stopping them. They're used to being that upright magician that gets whatever they want, can do whatever they want, can manifest any of their desires. But you stopped them. You rejected them. You didn't give them what they wanted. And it's completely crumbling their self-identity. They identify as this confident person that gets whatever they want, but since they couldn't get you, they don't have that identity anymore. Something's wrong with them. And it's truly teaching them that what they have right now isn't true confidence. And it's bringing them so much sorrow, so much hurt, so much pain, because they have to face the reality of they're not this perfect image that they're trying to give off. They're not as happy as they pretend to be. And when they finally do look within themselves, they're going to see somebody who's really insecure, who doesn't enjoy their life, who doesn't trust the people around them, who doesn't have truly good friends that care about them, that they're going to realize that all the people that they date or the flings that they have only want them for appearances or only want them for money. Nobody truly wants them for them. And they don't want to face that reality, but you have kicked off that need to start facing it because they're dealing with such sorrow. You're literally haunting them. And deep beneath that is, it's not just you that's haunting them. It's these true deep feelings that they've been trying to avoid their entire life. And so basically you kicked off this whole journey that they're going to have to go on of healing themselves because they can't distract themselves forever. And something that just came to mind is, beauty doesn't last forever. Maybe wealth does if they're wealthy, but as they get older, as they start to lose their looks, as they start to lose their place in the social hierarchy, because, it's like those people that peaked in high school that can't get over the fact that they were the prom king or the prom queen, and then they grow up and realize that those kind of social hierarchies don't really exist. And once you moved on from high school, it's like you're basically just like any other Joe Schmo. They're going to need to face the music. They're going to need to face all these feelings, and it's going to be a hell of a ride. So, pile 2, that is everything that I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. Good luck to whoever this person is. But you're doing great on your own. But I just wanted to say I don't usually plug anything at the end of these videos, but if you're interested in keeping up to date with my posts or getting more readings from me, I just started an Instagram and a TikTok. The link to my website has those links. It's in the description box below. So feel free to follow me, subscribe, stick around. I post on YouTube, YouTube Shorts, I think they're called, Instagram Reels, and TikToks, all about videos that I'm making, as well as other shorter readings, if you're interested in any of that. So feel free to subscribe, follow, stick around if you like what I do. But pile 2, that is everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Alright, pile 3, last but certainly not least. If you chose the black tourmaline, and I believe it was the crow card, then this is going to be the reading for you. Now I want to start off by saying to keep an open mind, because this could end up being about somebody that you're not expecting it to be. It could be that you have one person in mind, it's like, oh, it's going to be this person, but it sounds like it's somebody completely different. It could be that there are multiple people hung up on you and this is the one that comes through, or it could be somebody that you would have never expected to be thinking about you. But if it truly doesn't sound like anybody that you know, if it's not resonating, it could just be that you were meant to pick a different pile and this one's not meant for you. So just keep an open mind and let's go ahead and get into it. So, starting off with who this person is, what's their personality like, what are their physical identifiers. I think it's really interesting because you chose the Crow card and the Black Tourmaline, and both of those are like basically all black, but this person is showing up as the Dragonfly card. So, what that tells to me is I believe the two of you had very opposite aesthetics. You could be the one that dressed in all black, or they could be, and like vice versa, and the other person dresses in like, super colorful clothes. It doesn't even need to be necessarily that. But I think personality-wise and the way that you guys portray yourselves to the world were very different. Like, I think you two were a very odd-looking pair. And with them being the Dragonfly, I think that they were a lot more outgoing. They were a lot more show-offy, if that makes sense, with the way that they dress. They could have worn like a lot more brighter colors. Maybe they were somebody who would dye their hair often, who would wear lots of like jewelry. Versus you, if you chose the Crow card, maybe you are more laid back about the way that you dress. Maybe it was more neutral colors. Maybe it was literally like black or darker colors, and you weren't all about showing off. So I think right off the bat, you two are just giving off very different vibes. And when it comes to personality, you have the Frustration card. And to me, I'm almost imagining like you two are polar opposites. And so when I say polar opposites, like one is fire, one is water, you'd think that they wouldn't go well together, like they'd constantly be like fighting or frustrated with each other. But they also have this kind of harmony when they come together that can be steamy, fire, water makes steam. So I think your guys' relationship could have been kind of toxic in the way that you were always frustrated with each other. You couldn't understand why one was doing one and one was doing the other because you guys were so different. But at the same time, there was this strong attraction and this strong sense of compatibility. Now, when I say compatibility, I specifically am talking about like sexual compatibility. So, if that's not resonating with you, if you were not looking for romantic relationships, maybe you've never been in a romantic relationship, it could be that this reading isn't for you, because I'm definitely getting a sense that this is somebody that you used to be involved in with romantically. So just putting that out there, that is the way that I'm going to be reading these cards. But it definitely seems to me that you and this person were polar opposites, but you did have a lot of romantic or sexual compatibility, and that's why you guys would be pulled together but then forced apart, and it was very on and off, and just a lot of frustration on every level. With when you have two people that are so opposite, you can't understand each other's perspectives as well. You don't understand why they do the things that they do, why they react this way when you believe that they should react a different way, just because you're used to seeing the world through one lens and they're used to seeing the world through a different lens. So that is kind of what I'm getting from the personal identifiers. Now, when I'm looking here at why are they still hung up on you, you have the Let Go card and the Seven of Pentacles. And to me, I feel like they're looking back on things and wishing it could have been different. I think that they really liked the compatibility that the two of you had. They really liked, the sexual energy that was between the two of you. Usually I'm not very, I try not to be so mature focused on this channel, but that's what's coming through, so I'm going to do that. I'm sorry if it makes anybody uncomfortable. But I think that that's a lot of what they're missing for me, is the sense of strong attraction. Even though it was toxic, you guys were very polarized or whatever, they're still they look back on that aspect of the relationship very fondly, and I don't think that they've found it since. And even though they knew on some level that you guys weren't compatible in a lot of ways that count for a long-term relationship, they're always wishing that it could have grown into more. They always could have wished that it could have been different, that you guys could have seen eye to eye on certain things, that you could have pushed past certain issues, because one aspect of the relationship was so great, everything else was like, not even lackluster, but like actively like a house burning down. And they just wish that things could have been a little bit better, to see where things could have gone with you more, because they really liked you. Like there was such a strong sense of infatuation on their end that it might have been mistaken for love. And they have accepted that they need to let go, but I don't know if you know this song. I think it's called Right Where You Left Me by Taylor Swift. It's all about she was like in this restaurant and the guy broke up with her, and then after that it's like life moved on, but she was still stuck there in that moment. She was never able to move on, always thinking about what could have been, what the future was like, always looking back on the past, basically living in the past. And with this Seven of Pentacles, this card is all about growth, but I feel like the person in this picture is your person. They're constantly looking at these pentacles wondering why it couldn't have kept growing. Like, I feel like it stopped. It's right there where you left me. It's paused forever. And they know they need to let go, but they're always looking back on the past, wishing, like, what if things could have been different? So they're stuck in this turmoil of wishing they could let go, but I feel like a lot of times they're still thinking about you, still daydreaming about you, always checking up on your social medias or wondering how you're doing, because they understand that things couldn't have worked between the two of you long term just because of how different your values were, but the level of compatibility that you guys had on the other side of the spectrum was so strong to them that it's like, what's that phrase? Like, they're always gonna hold a candle for you? I don't know if that's the right phrase. They're always gonna hold a torch for you. Like, they're always gonna have a bit of passion, a bit of longing that's never fully gonna go away, because you two, it's like when a volcano meets water and all that steam is produced. Like, there's so much energy, so much passion, but at the same time, it's like the two of you were hurting each other. Like, I don't know if you watch Adventure Time or if you even know what that show is. It was a kid's show back in like the 2010s. But the main character, Finn, was human, and he had a girlfriend that was the Flame Princess. And it hurt them to be with each other because humans are made of water, she's made of fire. But they tried so hard to make it work, but at the same time, it's kind of an analogy for like toxicity. Because they were hurting each other, trying to be together, trying to force each other to be a certain way. And I feel like that's kind of what went down with this person, and they haven't fully moved on from it. Even though they know it's bad, they know logically nothing could have come from it, it's like they still want to look back on it. They still are a little bit stuck in the past, and that's why you haunt them, because they compare everyone they're with to you. And it's like, even though it wasn't a perfect relationship, it was so passion-filled that it's like a drug, and they look for it in everybody, and nobody can match it. Like, that's what's so special about you in this relationship to them, and that's why they can't let go, is because there's nobody like you. There's nothing like what the two of you had. Now, finally, how they're feeling about you right now. I think that this person is a little bit of a romantic. I think more so than you, and you might not even know about it. But I think, with the Four of Wands reversed, this card, when it's upright, talks about marriage, it talks about union. I feel like they're a romantic in the way that they would daydream about a future with you. Even though logically they know there was no future to be had, you fulfilled a lot of their fantasies. With the wishes fulfilled, there was a lot about you that they really, really liked. And they can kind of like look at things through rose-tinted glasses and glaze over the bad parts and just look at the good parts and be like, oh yeah, we could do this forever. And like, they really wanted things to last. They wanted things to grow. Maybe they were hoping that you would change in certain aspects, even though you were hoping that they would change. But the two of you were just so fundamentally different and opposed that I think from the cards, I can just tell that it wasn't meant to be. But a part of their heart still wishes that the two of you could have been together. I don't even know if marriage is the right word I'm looking for. But this card is all about marriage. It's about union. And with it reversed, it's like they didn't get that. And so they're having to accept that even though they got all these wishes fulfilled from you, even though they got so many things that they loved and were, passion-filled, so many things that they were addicted to, with the change card, it's like they're trying to learn to accept the fact that it's never going to happen. You guys are never going to be together long term. It hurts both of you. It's like I said about the analogy of Finn, the human boy, and then the Flame Princess. They couldn't be together long term because it hurt each other too much to be together. Even though there was that strong attraction and the love, or etc., etc., it wasn't meant to be. And that's what they're trying to reckon with right now, but they're still looking back on it wondering, like, what if? I think that's what's causing them to be so hung up. So, pile 3, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. I hope this gave you a better idea of how this person feels about you. And I don't normally plug things at the end of these videos, but if you enjoy what I do and you want to keep up to date with it, there's a link down the description box below to my website, and on there's links to my Instagram, TikTok. I post extra readings on there as well as updates whenever these videos go out, so you can stay up to date if you want to watch those videos. And feel free to subscribe on here because I do the same. I post YouTube shorts about whatever videos are about to come out, so you'll see them on your feed. But that's everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.